Standard 6.2 meets. I can use the appropriate equations to calculate work and power. If you lift two 20-kilogram weights to a height of 0.5 meters above your head in a total of 1.2 seconds, how much work do you do? How much power do you exert? Let's take our first step and divide our paper in half. On the left-hand side, let's decide we're going to solve for work, and on the right-hand side, let's look at power. The first thing we need to do is list our equation for each of these. I know that work is equal to force times distance. I know that power is work divided by time. If I list my variables, now I can start to plug in information that I know. So for time, I know my time is 1.2 seconds. I don't know work yet, and I'm ultimately looking for power. Over on the left-hand side, I know that I lift my weights a total of 0.5 meters. If I'm looking for the force to lift it, remember that this 20 kilograms is a mass, not a force. So I need to do a little bit of work to solve for the amount of force that I use to lift them. In order to calculate the force, we need to know the weight, because if you're going to lift something, you need to be able to overcome the force of gravity or the weight of the object. Remember that the weight of the object is just the force of gravity pulling on it. So if we're going to calculate, we need to know what our equation for weight is. W equals mg is our equation for weight. W is weight, m is mass, g is gravity. Gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. Mass, we're lifting two 20-kilogram weights, so our total mass is 40 kilograms. To solve for weight, we're going to take 40 kilograms, and we're going to multiply it by 9.8 meters per second squared. Our total weight, when we plug that into our calculator, is 392 newtons. That is our force. Now I can solve for work. Work is going to be equal to my 392 newtons, my force, times my distance of 0.5 meters. For work, I get an answer of 196 joules. I can plug that over on my right side, and now I have enough information to solve for power. Power is 196 divided by 1.2 seconds. For power, I get 166.3 repeating. Remember that power is in watts. So there's power, and there's work.